Emily? Oh, I didn't want to say that. You're such a loser, even saying your name is gross. What? Loser? Jasmine? Don't even say my name. It grosses me out. What's going on all of a sudden? We're going to be relatives soon. You and my brother are getting married tomorrow, right? Yes, in a 5-star hotel, one of the most luxurious in the world. A place a loser like you could never afford a wedding. I mean, if you ever could get married. Oh, sorry, that just slipped out. What? Nice comeback. No, but... Well, you're not married yet, but we are going to be family. Before, you were the one who asked me to call you Jasmine. I only had an older brother, and I was so happy I was going to have a sister-in-law. You were always nice and friendly to me. And now suddenly, you tell me not to call you by your first name. And loser and stuff? Why are you saying this stuff? Because Royce is a college graduate. When I heard that my sister-in-law-to-be only graduated from junior high school, I was upset. But Royce makes good money, and I thought it would be immature to break up with him for that reason. So I put up with it. I guess you could say Royce has a bit of a sister complex. He was always defending you, his sister, and he would get angry if I said anything bad about you. Your parents are the same way, aren't they? You're a middle school graduate who can only do a part-time job. Why don't you stop mooching off your parents and be more independent? Excuse me? Oh, I'm so sorry. Even if you wanted to be independent, you couldn't, could you? That's because you're independent disabled. Huh? That's right. You're just a helpless person with the intelligence of a middle school graduate. Your parents and your brother Royce are trying so hard to protect you and take care of you, aren't they? But I hate spoiled people. Huh? Well, I just heard a lot of stuff I didn't need to hear. Are you sure about this? If I told my brother and my parents about this, I don't think they'd be very happy. And I don't know what will happen to your marriage. Wow! You really are clueless, aren't you? Of course that part's fine, isn't it? I actually went to the city office today to file our marriage registration. I figured I don't have to play coy anymore, so why not? So, is this your way of revealing your true self just because of that? Well, partly, but also... Could you please not come to the wedding tomorrow? That's just going too far. I'm the groom's sister. I can't imagine one of the closest family members not being at the wedding. Absolutely not. Why not? I think this is something that goes without saying. I'm sorry, I don't understand. Please tell me. You know what? I can't believe a loser high school dropout is the sister of an exec like Royce. No one would believe it, and it's too embarrassing. Huh? Don't me. If you think about it, you'd understand, wouldn't you? You think a moron who is no better than a beggar can attend our beautiful wedding? My grandfather is the president of a big company. There's a world of difference between us. But I got an invitation. I just sent that out for appearances. My brother is looking forward to me coming. So what? Huh? On the contrary, except for Royce and your parents, nobody wants you to come. I don't want my parents and all my relatives to breathe the same air as a high school dropout handicapped loser. Do not come to the ceremony. If you don't want to embarrass Royce, go hang out with all the other losers. Oh my God. Royce, maybe I shouldn't go to the wedding tomorrow. Huh? Why not? Are you not feeling well? Jasmine's grandfather would love to see you. I definitely want you to see the wedding. Well, the truth is, I just got a message from Jasmine and she told me not to come to the wedding. What? Why? She doesn't want to breathe the same air as a high school dropout. Huh. She also said I'm a high school dropout and a handicapped loser. She says that I'm mooching off my parents and that you spoil me. Where did she get that from? Did she really say that? You guys get along, don't you? Jasmine's an only child, and you just have one brother. You were so happy to get a sister-in-law. She said that now that you're officially married, she doesn't have to put up an act anymore. She's showing her true colors. What's that? I know it's hard to believe, so I'll send you a screen capture of the text messages. You can make your own judgment. Okay. This is terrible. Emily, I'm really sorry. You don't need to apologize, but it's not good. You've already registered the marriage, haven't you? No, we haven't registered our marriage yet. Oh, really? We were originally going to do it after the ceremony. I thought tomorrow might be too hectic, and I might not be able to fill it out calmly. So I just filled it out first, and I'm holding on to it for now. Did Jasmine think you've already submitted it? Maybe. That girl sometimes goes off on tangents with her assumptions. Up to now, it seemed to be a little cute, and she could get away with it when people backed her up. But this is going way too far. I can't believe she would talk about my precious little sister like this. She even said you have a sister complex. She can say whatever she wants, but treating you like this without even knowing who you are, it's unforgivable. Besides, a wedding is something the bride and groom make together. I can't believe that she was going ahead with this without my consent. Emily, can you just let me handle this? What do you mean, handle it? I have an idea. She needs to be taught a lesson for being so disrespectful to you. If you say so, okay. Even though I'm the one dealing with this. Jasmine is your fiancée, so I guess you are the one who needs to decide what to do about it. I'll leave it up to you, bro. Great. Jasmine's grandfather and parents are very influential people, and I don't want to cause trouble for you. I've got a lot to take care of, so you just come to the wedding as planned. Okay, I see. Don't go overboard. I expected that I wouldn't have a seat, but I didn't expect you to try to burn my hair with a lighter. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable is my line. I told you not to come to the wedding because I didn't want to breathe the same air as you. Why did you just show up at the wedding? Of course I came because I was invited. It's only natural that I would give priority to a written invitation, rather than a verbal promise that you unilaterally forced upon me. Fortunately, my parents noticed and extinguished the fire immediately, so I didn't get hurt. But the tips of my hair got burnt. What are you yapping about? I'm embarrassed by your presence, so go home. I'll leave, even if you don't tell me to. I don't want to be at a wedding with a violent woman who burns hair, not even for a second. Also, my parents and the groom's side of the family will all be going home with me. Do whatever you want. A loser family that cuddles a handicapped high school dropout. It doesn't make any difference if they're here or not. Do you really think so? Of course I do. Do you think Royce thinks the same way? Of course I do. Because he can marry me, whose father is the president of a major company. And we have a powerful lawyer in our family. If we get divorced, I'm going to demand a huge amount of compensation from Royce. A small family like yours could never make enough money for the rest of your lives. If that happens, your life will be over. I don't care how much of a sister complex you have. No one would give up their whole life to take care of a handicapped high school dropout loser of a sister. You can't protect your sister, a middle school graduate with a disability, just because of that. Come on, go home. Go home. Go home. I'm sorry to interrupt your excitement, but you are finished. Huh? You're saying something? You've been saying handicapped for a while now. How do you feel about that word? Your father and grandfather run a pharmaceutical company. Your customers are people who are truly disabled due to illness or injury. And yet you use such language to abuse people so lightly. What's wrong with calling a handicapped person handicapped? I am not disabled. You have the intelligence of a middle school graduate, so you must be disabled. I have a college degree. Huh? Well, technically, I went to school full-time until middle school. As an adult, I earned a high school diploma. I graduated from night college while working. So what? Most people go to middle school, high school, and college without a year's delay. Some of them go on to higher education as adults, or go to correspondence school. All those people are not normal. Disabled. Okay. Then my brother is handicapped too. What? Don't tell me you didn't know that. After graduating from high school, my brother got a job at his current company and graduated from a night college with a college degree while he was working. Huh? What? Originally, our parents were business owners just like yours. When I was in junior high school and my brother was in high school, the company went bankrupt and we were in huge debt. We had no choice but to go to work instead of going to school. But I continued to go to school and study with my own money while working. I know this must be hard for you to understand since you have always depended on your parents' money for everything. Yes, that's right. I don't know anything about the world of those poor people. Besides, what's the point of having a college degree? Unlike Royce, who works hard and earns a lot of money, you don't even work hard. You're still at the bottom of the pile. I'm working too, you know. I mean, right now. I've just rented a meeting room at that 5-star hotel and am in a business meeting with Mr. Sims, the chairman of W Pharmaceuticals. Huh? Chairman Sims of W Pharmaceutical? Isn't that my grandpa? Yes, that's right. Of course, it's not only the chairman, but also the person from the department in charge, who actually works in the field, is with us. There was no point in staying at the wedding hall any longer. We decided to have a more meaningful conversation. And the fact that you tried to burn my hair earlier, the chairman knows all about it. What? I don't understand what's going on here. W Pharmaceuticals and my plastic container manufacturing company are going to do business. What? You run the company? That's right. Even though my father's company went bankrupt and we were in debt, I always admired my parents who were the presidents of their own company. That's why I started my own company after graduating from Knight College. Huh? Regardless of what you did this time, we've been talking about doing business with them for a while. Wait a minute! I didn't know anything about this. No. I've told you many times that I went to Correspondence High School and Knight College, and that my brother went to night school while working as well. You just didn't listen to me. Huh? Huh? That's absolutely not true. I haven't heard anything. Even if you weren't listening, what would your brother and the president of W Pharmaceutical think of someone who disrespects people based on their educational background and calls them handicapped? Now I'm going to take a screenshot of this message. I'm going to show it to everyone at W Pharmaceuticals. And while I'm at it, I've asked them to project it on the screen at the ceremony. Let's have all the invited guests on the bride's side see it. Wait! I don't want that secret to be known at the wedding. I didn't know Royce went to night school either. If it gets out, the marriage will be broken off, so go home now. Then I'll let the secret out. What? Wait! It's too late for that. At the venue over there, my brother will read out everything you've said and done, and he'll expose you. He's already made up his mind to break off the engagement with you. Huh? What do you mean breaking off the engagement? We're already married. How can you be divorced so easily? Jasmine, you are still single. Huh? My brother has the marriage certificate, and he was going to take it to the city office after the ceremony. No way! That was the plan all along, wasn't it? Why are you surprised? Oh, and your grandfather and parents know about the broken engagement. No! No way! Well then, watch the screen. Oh no! Jasmine's disgusting behavior became known to all the relatives and the employees of W Pharmaceuticals. Of course, the engagement was called off. Furthermore, Jasmine's parents disowned her because of the damage she would do to the company's image. She had to make do with a part-time job, which she had looked down upon so much. Jasmine, who had always depended on her parents' money, had no experience in the business world. She has never been able to get anything right, and she works every day while being yelled at by her boss, who is younger than her and only has a high school diploma. On the other hand, I have started a business partnership with W Pharmaceuticals, and we are making good profit. My brother also seems to have taken the stress of this matter to work, and his performance is ebbing and flowing, and he is on the verge of a promotion. My parents' company went bankrupt when I was very young, and my brother and I had a very difficult time. Thanks to that, we have the power to turn adversity into opportunity, and we are second to none in perseverance.
Hey, Sarah. Good afternoon. Hey, I was just wondering. It's already been 2 weeks since you moved into that house. Are you all settled in? How are you holding up?
Oh, hey, Arlene. Good of you to call. Surprised that anybody was keeping track of it. Thanks.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know. Our kids are about the same age and will probably be going to the same school.
I'm a bit settled in, but still getting used to the place. But I did get a feeling for the neighborhood and a good idea where all the shops are, especially the supermarket.
Oh, yeah? You do all your shopping, huh?
Excuse me?
Well, you live in that huge house. I figured you'd have a maid or two to do all the grocery shopping and cleaning around the house.
Yeah, right. Well, I am planning on hiring a gardener and someone to do the house maintenance when it's needed, but no maid at the moment. I plan to do all the cooking and cleaning and anything else that needs to be done.
Oh, really? I see. I didn't realize you had such a working class mentality.
Are you serious? Working class mentality? Seems a bit rude.
Oh, please. I was only kidding. Don't take it literally.
I'm sorry, I really have to get back to work.
Don't tell me you also work. Yeah, right. I've never seen you leave the house for work or anything.
I work at home. Online. With all the technology now, you really don't have to leave your home. Things have really changed in the last few years.
Is that right? I thought you were just a regular housewife. I see. So you're working.
Okay, like I said, I really have to be getting back to work. Goodbye!
All right then. Talk to you again.
Hello, Arlene? Do you have a little time?
Yeah, what is it?
Yeah, my son Carl. He was saying something weird today, and I was just wondering.
Yeah, Carl. What about him?
I hope you're not offended by what I'm about to say, but I had to make sure I had it right. Could you verify something for me?
Oh, yeah. Okay. What is it?
Again, I'm just trying to confirm something, so don't take it the wrong way. Are you seeing James? Like, just the two of you meeting somewhere?
Huh? Why do you ask?
You know that your house is on the way from my son's school, right? Carl said he saw James going into your house on several occasions.
Oh, I see. So he saw him, huh? Well, I suppose if there's a witness, there's no use in denying it. Yep, that's right. Your son isn't mistaken.
I have been meeting with your husband James on numerous occasions.
And I have to admit, it's very... how can I put this? A mature, adult relationship, if you get my meaning.
You're not serious.
I am. And we've been seeing each other quite a few times. You've probably noticed that he's been out quite a bit recently.
Yes, I certainly noticed that. It hasn't been his normal everyday routine recently. Now I see what's going on.
Ever since I saw him when you were first moving in, well, I had my eye on him.
Excuse me?
The reason why I sent you that line message was just a ploy to get acquainted and be a little closer to James. Worked out nicely, in my opinion. I really have to thank you for acting as our matchmaker, if you will.
Hold on a second. Arlene, you're forgetting something, aren't you? You're married, if I remember correctly.
Yes, that's right. But my husband is away on a business trip. No, not really a trip, though. He's working out of state for about a year now. That's why I was able to make my home our little love nest, if you will.
Let me get this straight. You're married, but you have no qualms about having a fling? What in God's name were you thinking?
Oh, having a fling! It's nothing of the sort. You don't understand, Sarah. We're in love. We're both in agreement. We both want this. No one is having a little fling. This is the real deal.
What I'm saying is it's not what a married woman would do.
What can I say? We are in love. There's nothing we or anybody else can do about it.
You're being totally illogical. You can't just say you're in love and that's it.
There's nothing to worry about. All you have to do is divorce him and I'll marry him. Everyone's happy, right?
You are totally demented. Besides, there is no use talking with you. Anyway, let me ask you a little about James. I may even have to force you guys to stop seeing each other. This isn't over.
Oh my, did I anger you? If it's about compensation, don't worry about that. I'll pay for that, no problem. And as for James, he's staying over at my house tonight, so he won't be home for dinner or breakfast.
Let me just ask you one thing. Why James? Why did you target him?
It's obvious, isn't it? What does a woman want from a guy the most? Money, of course. His high annual salary, and he's certain not lacking in that department.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, maybe I talked a little too much, so may as well tell you.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Your husband makes $500,000 a year, and I did the deed with him. So just hurry up and divorce him and forget about the whole thing.
Okay. $500,000 a year? What the hell are you talking about? Where did that come from?
Okay, see ya.
Oh, sorry about that. Didn't realize you had lined me since last night. I had my phone in my briefcase. Didn't notice it until now. Sorry. You messaged me a bunch of times, I see. Is it urgent?
Urgent? Are you nuts, James? Of course it's urgent. Do you realize what you've done?
Huh? What is it? Are you pissed about something?
Oh no, I'm not pissed, dear. Of course I am! What the hell were you thinking? Where the hell are you anyway?
I'm at my girlfriend's place. The one I recently started seeing.
Are you talking to Arlene?
Huh? You know about her, sis?
Yeah, I got it straight from the horse's mouth.
Oh, I see. Oh, well, now that you know, I'm going out with Arlene. As you already know. So I don't know why I'm telling you. I know your kids go to the same school as hers, but I would appreciate it if you would not make a big fuss about it.
What is it with you, James? You seem so blasé about it.
Huh? Really? I think I'm actually acting pretty normal.
You do realize that she's a married woman.
Huh? Say again?
I'm saying that this Arlene of yours, she's got a husband.
Excuse me? You're kidding, right?
By your reaction, I can tell that you had no inkling.
I know she has 2 kids, but I figured she was a single mom. She never mentioned a husband.
She said her husband is working out of state, at least for a couple of years, it seems.
You're not serious.
What's Arlene doing now?
She's still asleep.
How about her kids? Where are they?
She has the kids stay at her folks' place when I stay over, so they're not here at the moment.
Okay, I see. Just act normally and don't say that I called or that you know she has a husband. Just do as you usually do and come straight home. I know you probably have some affection for her, but we have to do something. For now, just get home and we'll discuss what we'll be doing going forward.
Okay. Yeah, sis. See you later then.
Sarah, are you there? Where is James? Do you have him locked up at home? Where is he? I haven't been able to contact him the last couple of days. What have you done with him? Just because he chose me over you? That doesn't give you the right to come between our love. You're really playing dirty, you know that, Sarah.
Lock him up? Are you serious? I don't have some weird fetish to lock my little brother up in his room.
Huh?
Huh?
What do you mean, little brother?
Yeah, my little brother James. I call him Jimmy, actually.
Huh? Hold it a second. You're telling me he's not your husband?
Jimmy, my husband? Are you serious? My husband died 3 years ago. So that $500,000 that you had your eye on? I'm sorry to break it to you, but that annual salary can't be my husband's. Obviously.
You're making this up, right?
And no way Jimmy has that kind of annual salary.
You're kidding, right? Then who is it that has the $500,000 annual salary?
Maybe you're thinking of our grandfather who recently passed away?
Your grandfather?
You might remember that there was an old man living here alone before we moved in.
Yes, I do recall there was someone living there, but I didn't give it much thought.
That was our late grandpa. Or, more accurately, he was my husband's father. When he was alive, he was a pretty well-established real estate owner. And he bought and sold property all around the state, even some out of state. I was told he made close to $500,000 a year. Before he passed away recently, he divided up the inheritance and he drew up a will that would leave an equal amount to all family members. As for this house, he left the house to my husband and I, then to me, since my husband passed away 3 years ago.
Oh, so does that mean... That means you, Sarah, you're the sole owner of that huge house?
That's right.
You're not serious, are you?
Luckily, my grandfather knew that I would be able to maintain the house financially, and he knew that his son cherished the place. It had a lot of memories, so he left the house to me. After my father retired from his company, we all moved into this house. Me, my son Carl, my younger brother James, and my folks. The 5 of us live here now.
I can't believe this! James never mentioned all of this. So there was no reason to even take James from you.
Yeah, I was wondering why you were so adamant about going out with my brother. When I told him that you were married and that your husband was working out of state, he was pretty shocked. He had no idea that you were married. He thought you were just a single mom. As a matter of fact, you told him that, right? He feels he was duped into the relationship. So, I would appreciate it if you would leave my brother alone. He wants nothing to do with you.
Just out of curiosity, what kind of annual income does James have?
Well, considering his age, probably average.
Oh, really? Well, if that's the case, no thanks. I want nothing to do with him. Goodbye. Hey, Sarah, what's the meaning of this? Did you spill the beans about my little affair with James to my husband?
Yes, told him all about it. Actually, not exactly me. It was James. He told him directly.
Are you serious? He just went ahead and told him everything. Has he totally lost his mind?
Well, you know, my brother just couldn't let that pass. He felt he'd been conned. He simply couldn't let it go. I remember that you told me where your husband worked, so I told him. And then after he asked around and found out where to contact him, my brother felt bad about the whole affair. He didn't think you were married. He needed to apologize to your husband and told him everything that happened. He had to get it off his chest is what he had to do.
What the hell was he thinking? You know what happened because of his stupidity? My husband divorced me. That's what happened. Are you guys happy now?
Oh, is that so? That's really too bad.
And what's more, I lost custody to my child, and now I have to pay compensation as well as educational support?
Oh, yeah? Really sorry to hear that. Well, I guess it was your fault. I wish you luck.
Excuse me? What's with the attitude? Don't you even feel a little remorse for what you did? You ruined my life! I have no family now! What the hell am I going to do now?
Remorse? No. Not a bit. It was all of your making. Because of your dumb little mistake, my brother was used like some toy and tossed away. How do you think he feels? He is my brother, and I love him, and I would do anything to protect him. You should be the one having remorse. The whole family is worried about my brother's mental stability. He was really hurt. Did you even stop to think about that? After he talked to your husband and confessed to what he did, he has finally come to grips with this whole mess. So I would appreciate it if you would just butt out and leave our family alone.
You can't talk to me that way! I was going to allow him to get back with me! Don't come crying to me later on because I will simply ignore him! I have way more important things to do!
What the hell are you talking about? You really think my brother would go back to you? You conned him into this because you thought you'd get rich. You didn't give 2 cents about him. He would never go back to a conniving, money-grubbing little witch like you. You show your face in front of us again, you'll regret it.
How dare you say such a...
I hear you had to promise that you would never come near your family again. Isn't that what your husband demanded of you? If that's the case, the same goes for our family. Please, get lost.
You people are evil! I was going to live with my parents, but they cut all ties with me. I'm alone, completely alone. What have you done to me? I have to work to pay child support. How can I do that alone? Isn't there one person in this whole world that will be on my side?
I really don't want to hear this crap any longer. Please get lost. I heard that Arlene never really worked much, just some part-time jobs here and there over the years. And now she is forced to work and pay child support all by herself. Well, it's all of her making. But after all that, she failed to admit her guilt. She finally found a live-in job at a family-run restaurant. It went okay for a while, until she started making moves towards the owner's son. She apparently tried her con game again, but the owner found out and fired her. On top of that, the owner pressed charges, and she was forced to pay compensation. By all accounts, the son was married. When I heard that, I just shook my head in dismay. But she wasn't finished just yet. Evidently, she borrowed money from some shady loan agency and, not surprisingly, got into trouble again. I later heard she came crying back to her ex-husband, apparently fearing for her life. But she soon realized she was no longer able to contact anybody. I never heard what happened to her after that.